Good afternoon, everyone. Today is March 9th, and it is 1:03, and I would like to call to order the planning meeting of the Anchorage Advisory Committee. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we have a couple of new folks joining us today, so why don't we go ahead and do introductions, and we'll start from that end.
My name is Curtis Ludwig. I'm the harbor master for the town of Fort Myers Beach.
Sam Lurie.
I'm John Wesley Nash. I've been on the committee, I guess, for almost 2.5 years. And welcome. Glad to have you.
Yeah. I'm Chris Riedel King, and I'm the current chair of the committee.
Tad Lawwill.
Ed Schoonover.
Tom Hedrick, new member of the committee.
John McLean, new liaison for the Anchorage Committee, liaison to Town Council.
Thank you. I welcome both Tom and John to our committee. I'm hoping at the next meeting we'll do a little bit deeper introduction. Today's sort of a planning meeting, so I want to get to some of the things today. I also have an announcement that we did receive a resignation from our committee member Jennifer Rusk today. So I would like to personally thank her for her service to the committee, for the passion that she brought to serving the committee, for her passion for the environment, and for all that she did last year to help us with the cruisers event. So I wish her well, and we thank her for her service. All right, so the purpose of today is to really talk about where we are with planning for Cruisers Appreciation Day. That is coming up on April 12th, 5 weeks away, tick, tick. So I want to start with Abby and Nora. If you guys are going to talk us through a little bit about what you've been working on with the logo and the promotional items. So go ahead.
Thank you so much. And for the record, my name is Abigail Eberhard. I'm the Public Information Officer here at the town, and I'll be assisting with marketing and some of the visuals for the event. Before this meeting, Curtis was able, hopefully, to send to everyone the flyer, the press release, and the proposed logo. I'm at obviously, the direction of the committee as to whether we feel like we're headed in the right direction. But, thus far, this is what we've come up with. And if, given your approval, we will begin our marketing campaign, which I think was also included in the email, which would be how we're going to distribute this material.
So you want to just walk us through it a little bit about what was your thinking behind what you put together, and just let us know what you're planning for the next few months,
Yeah,
or few weeks?
So first comes the press release. So if everyone feels like the language, and Chris, would you like me to read the press release? Or does everyone just want to read it?
Has everybody had a chance to look at it and maybe just have a few, why don't you give us like a couple seconds to read through it, and
Okay.
then keep talking. We'll read through it, and we'll let you know what little tweaks we might suggest.
Okay, great. So this campaign will start with the press release. The press release will announce the event. It will talk about the objectives for the event. And it will, of course, be a call to action to the community to please attend, really so that we can all start getting the word out there. It will then be followed by an email marketing campaign, which we will be leveraging a new system that we have called Constant Contact. We have an existing list with the help of Curtis and Patty, so the mooring field team. They have individuals who are currently docking in the mooring field. Curtis, I believe that's the DOCWA list that you sent us. So they will get priority, and hopefully that, if all of this material looks good to you guys, then that will go out Wednesday or Thursday, and it will be inviting individuals currently in the mooring field to the event, sort of not as VIPs necessarily, but just so that they get first right to RSVP. And then next week, we'll begin the larger campaign. We will leverage a couple of email lists that we have here at the town. And that will be inviting people to the event, talking about what the event is like, using the visuals presented in this flyer here. And so, Chris, I know you had a couple of ideas, and maybe other people have some ideas about the flyer. Any of this, can be changed or modified. It's, very easy to do with our system. So The flyer will go out, and then we will continue to send through the next couple of weeks marketing material like this, reminding them when the event is, and then we will do a 7-day countdown to the event, similar to what we did for our 30th anniversary, just to try and keep interest up so we have great attendance.
What thoughts does anybody have for Abigail? Go ahead, John.
First, I want to say you're doing a great job. Really, really seen a lot of stuff you're doing and very impressed. So thank you very much. On the press release,
Yes.
looking at the next to last page, it says activities will include short introductions from participating voters. Voters can be very shy. I wouldn't say, maybe we should change participating voters to AAC committee members.
Okay.
And not give any impression that voters are expected to say anything.
Actually, last year, we did have the voters come up, and it was pretty good, and there were a few that, said where they were from and how they were cruising, so that was what we did last year. It seemed like a lot of them participated. We had a couple that got up there and talked for a while with Ed Ryan.
And I was wondering if, we could just read the mooring list and just list the vessels and where they're from. And maybe that would be a way to help people understand how far and wide folks are coming to Fort Myers Beach from. I mean, that's,
Just to be more clear, I have absolutely no objection to what you're saying,
Yeah.
Sam, and I think we should do it.
Yeah.
But I think it should be something that we ask each of them if they want to.
Of course.
I think putting it in print puts pressure that may not be,
It was totally voluntary last year. We
Right.
went, when they logged in, we talked to them and just asked them if they wanted to say something, and we had quite a few that came up and said where they were from and what they were cruising.
so maybe it's may include, or, they're, I don't know if you can just make it a little bit more
We can, yeah.
ambiguous.
So right now it's participating voters, but we can definitely open that up and say something like
maybe an
voters who
opportunity.
choose to or would like to make
An
remarks.
opportunity
something like
if they choose,
Yeah.
I just know that people can sometimes say, I don't want to have any public exposure.
that. Sure. We can also just limit to activities will include introductions from participating nonprofit organizations, community networking, and informational displays, and any voters who would like to.
I like it as it is, Abby. I think this is great, and it's a press release. It's not something
It's
we're
not a
sending to
promise,
the
yeah.
voters and saying, hey, you come to this, we'll give you a meal, but you got to get up and speak. We're not telling them that. So I like it as is.
I like it as it is, but I had one thing that maybe we need to discuss and put in there. We don't have a raffle because we're not charging, so we're calling it a drawing. So the drawing is open to the public.
Yeah.
So somewhere in there,
So I actually took it out because I know that we have to be really careful with that
Okay.
language. So I did want to defer to you guys as to what the appropriate wording is, because I know we can't call it a raffle.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
we
act-
called it a drawing,
We
didn't
did
we?
call
The
it a
drawing
prize
is-
drawing, and
that's
so
okay,
I do
okay.
have some language that we used last year that was approved by the town attorney, so I can share that with you,
Okay,
just so
that would
that you
be
have
great.
that.
And then the call to action there would be like, we want people to participate in the drawing, so,
Yeah, just everybody who comes gets one ticket for
Okay.
the prize drawings.
So I can show you what it looks like.
and we can include that, I'm happy to put it in the press release, but I think that would be really good for the marketing material to use as like one of those emails we send out, like, oh, look at all the fun stuff we're doing. This is one of the opportunities that you can get involved in
Yeah.
at the event.
And everybody likes a freebie, and there's like a lot of really good stuff. So we just put this up. We have mooring field people go in, they get a restaurant coupon.
Okay.
And then general public registers here, and
They got a ticket.
they can get a meal ticket, discount, a discount coupon, and it says free ticket for the 2:30 PM drawing. That's another thing, on the time, it says noon, and a couple things, it says noon to 3.
Yeah.
But can we incorporate noon to 3, the drawing is at 2:30?
Sure.
And that way people will know to stick around, or if they only want to come for the drawing.
Yes, I can definitely add more emphasis on the drawing. And it's okay to say the word prize.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I will.
I think you'll find that giveaway might be your
Oh.
catchword. Giveaway. So
Can
that-
we say giveaway?
Well,
I
but
don't
we're
know.
not giving
Well, you
it.
have to run by the town council, I would assume, but giveaways seem to be
We're just not
At least from
giving
where I
something
came
to everyone, so
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's more of a drawing
Drawing,
that,
yeah.
as
No.
long as everybody is available, has the opportunity to be part of it.
I know last year we used the word drawing.
Yeah, we did
That
do
was-
prize drawing, and that was approved.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
And I know
happy
that,
to.
that specific verbiage was actually told to us by Nancy, by the town attorney, to use that instead of the other language.
Okay,
Yep.
so we'll just say drawing.
Yep, actually, you can have one of these, Abby, to see.
Okay.
That talks
Yeah.
about the language, so.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that after to include. Thank you.
I just had one question for all of us. So in the past, we have used cruisers as a plural possessive with an apostrophe at the end of the S. So I am up for whatever we think it should be. We just need to use it consistently.
Yeah, Nora and I definitely agree. I had gotten several emails with it apostrophe S, and then we had obviously gotten several with S apostrophe. So you guys can decide what you want to do. We just took away the apostrophe because we thought it looked very awkward on the logo. Usually you don't use technical grammar,
Yeah.
right, on something that's supposed to be visually appealing. But if you want it there, we can absolutely add it back.
What do you think, Ted?
I'd go with a more modern here.
Okay? Just be plural, cruisers?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And then my other thought is, Curtis, do these boats reflect who we actually have in the mooring field, or should we perhaps
That's
alter those a little bit? Because this guy's aspirational for me, because I
That's
want to be
fine,
on
yeah,
that
we
boat.
can, we can definitely make it a more,
So, I think actually this one fits the cruisers
Okay.
perfectly, because these are the type of vessels that we have staying in the
Okay.
mooring field and stuff
Super.
like that, with the trawlers, especially this time of year when everybody's doing the Great Loop and everything. Now, what I was gonna ask is what your thoughts were on this logo with the center console.
Before you go there, I have a comment on here.
Okay.
And this just comes from marketing to cruisers or boaters over the years. This is not at all inviting to people that have sailboats. And a lot of sailboaters look at this and say, this has nothing to do with me. I'd really like to see two vessels up here.
Okay.
One that reflects sailboaters and one that reflects power boaters. But that's just my opinion, and open to what other people think.
I mean, John, you do make a very valid point. I mean, these type of vessels and sailboats are our two main vessels that we have in the mooring field, right? I mean, I see what you're saying. I really didn't think about, the sailboaters, but you do make a valid point. I mean,
This
we
looks
we
really.
can throw a nice spin or two in there. I'm
Yeah,
happy
this,
to.
this looks very nice, but I
Correct.
just, in past, sailboaters feel like they need to have respect.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I would try to rework it that way if you can.
Well, for the sake of compromise, how about we go down on the footage on the yacht? So this looks like it's probably about 65, 70 feet. We can maybe go to a 40-foot, and then we can also put a sailboat in that's also of a modest size so that they both fit and accommodate all of the participants.
Does that work for everybody?
It looks really good that big power boat looks like it's got one of our bridle on one of our mooring things.
It's like it's hooked up to a mooring ball, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah,
I think
no,
that was
that's-
Nora's
that's
excellent detail.
Yeah.
Nora has a great love for the mooring field, so
Good job,
we
Nora.
will make sure that it looks like that in the, in the
But again,
movie as
having
well.
that on two vessels would even be more impressive, But that's super. I don't know if you can work in an actual ball. Not that it's, again, I'm picking that lie details, but
I have a feeling what Nora's going to do, and we're just getting to know each other. But I have a feeling Nora is going to use one of our shots from the mooring field. That's actually a back aerial shot showing several of the boats on
Okay.
mooring balls.
that's a good idea.
If that would be a little bit more accommodating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely.
All right. And are we, Curtis? I know that you maybe had some ideas on the boat, on the logo. Are you?
So I wanted to ask their opinion on the logo. Now, I feel like this logo, I mean, I like it a lot. And now, are y'all comfortable with the center console? This is more recreational for us, or would you like to see more of like a trawler type or sailboat as our logo, or do something kind of, we don't even have to have a boat in there. We could do something else. you know.
I mean, when I looked at it, I thought this is a fishing boat and probably
Correct.
not what is going to be out in the mooring field or in the anchorage. So I would suggest either a different boat
Okay.
or, I don't know.
Okay. I'll work with
I think
Abigail and Nora.
incorporating
We'll find
both the
something.
powerboat and the sailboat,
Yeah.
like you were talking about doing the same for this.
Okay.
You can probably use a reduced size for that to come down
Sure.
into putting it in the center of this one, too.
We'll probably go with more of an image for the flyer, and for the logo, we'll want something that we can outline in black. But a sailboat looks really nice in outline, so
Okay.
I'm happy to just do a sailboat.
Sailboat, cruiser boat.
I think
Sitting there
that'll
looking right
work.
at you.
I mean, even that if the sailboats are on the main logo and it doesn't have both boats in there, but I think we more promote more of the sailboaters. You know what I mean? I think you go over the bridge, you see the tall masts, right? You know, that's kind of like our staple, right? So I think that would work if y'all are
Now, do we
good
want a
with that.
catamaran, or do we want to?
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Whatever
I
looks
mean, we
best.
can spend the whole meeting talking about
What
this.
color would you
Whatever
like it
looks
to
best.
be?
Yeah. So I'm going to be contentious again. One of the things, I mean, we definitely want to show appreciation and to people that use our mooring field. But I thought another objective was to try to get boaters in the community to be there as well. Not just people
Right.
that use the mooring field, but residents that are on the
Yeah.
island. And to that means I wouldn't have a boat here. I would go with something that's more generic. But I don't want it to make people look at it and say, well, I have a center console, it's not for me.
So last time we talked about that maybe this is the last year that we call it Cruisers Appreciation Day and then it morphs into something. Because last year, we kind of took the best of the past and added a little bit of the future to it by adding the community aspect and bringing the nonprofits together. So I wonder if there's an opportunity to have some sort of a tagline or something underneath the logo that just says, celebrating a community of, I don't know, water transportation and,
boaters.
Introducing or where boats and community come together. I don't know, I'm making up stuff, but I just wonder if there's a way to add that community element in a way that makes sense and then helps us transition over time to maybe a different name.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So that way next year when we do change the name, it's not abrupt and people are like, oh, what is this event, right? It is Cruisers. I do need you to come up with the language that you want.
Okay.
Because I don't want to come up with this and then people not like it.
Okay.
And then it's the new name and then it's, I definitely think as a committee, it would be good for
Okay.
you guys to come up with what exactly you want it to be. And then we can absolutely include that in the marketing material and in the logo so that the transition is smoother.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think we come up with some sayings here. Or, I mean, we don't have to do it today, but one of the
Shortly.
following meetings and stuff like that. And then, that way y'all can vote on it and everything, and then we pick the right one.
Are you going to do your big push before our next meeting or right after it?
We would like to start the big push this week.
Okay.
So if, I'll make these adjustments probably today, try and get back to Chris. By the end of the day, I'm going to be off the next 2 days, so we would really like to have this material scheduled to go out for Thursday so that we can get those RSVPs to the mooring field individuals this week.
Okay, so how about, as we go through the rest of our discussion here, we mull maybe what that tagline is for this year that will help us lead into next year.
And Chris, what I'll likely do is put like a ribbon
Yeah,
around the circle, and then that new,
yeah,
encompassing will go on that ribbon, and April 12th will just be a little bit smaller.
yeah. I think that,
I would really like to see the term boaters, because first off, it just encompasses everything,
okay, okay.
We were curious when we were putting this together. What is a cruiser? Nora and I did not really know.
Who wants to explain that, Ted?
A cruiser is an individual who cruises in their vessel and goes from place to place.
Okay.
So the people who are going from the north to the south, they are cruisers. Is that a fair comment? Is that your view of the?
I have a sport fishing boat, so.
No.
So I'm in between going real fast and going real slow. So
Okay.
whether you want to get somewhere or not get somewhere.
But
But I
you-
also live on that same.
But you cruise,
Yes,
and you
Yeah.
call it that?
yes. Yeah, we're going for a cruise to the Bahamas and right after the next meeting.
Okay.
So it's people who aren't just hanging around one place and going out
Right.
fishing and putting it in a canal necessarily. They may come from somewhere far away to visit this destination or not, or they may
I-
have a home here. What do
If
you
I'm,
think,
if
John?
I'm taking my boat out overnight, if I'm going down to Naples and staying
Yeah.
overnight and coming
Okay.
back, I'm a cruiser.
Okay,
All right, you don't have to be in a large transit. You can say, I cruise up to Cabbage Key for lunch,
okay.
you know, so,
So I will say, and I know we did put this slightly to bed, but for the sake of using the correct AP grammatical press style, you guys are, you're using it in the singular to talk about being a cruiser. So it would be Cruiser Appreciation Day.
Cruiser?
In the singular.
Okay.
But I don't know if you want to change that, because you've called it cruisers for a long time, so we can keep it.
You like cruiser? Ted's okay with cruiser. He's,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, and cruiser, I think it's excellent for this, and we don't, next year we can go through all that again, but,
But we're okay with
so
cruisers.
cruiser and boaters, but the title is cruisers, but it
Okay.
encompasses boaters.
Okay. So we will be
so I
cruisers.
wonder if, so just mull this over. I wonder if the ribbon, the tagline is something like celebrating boating and the FMB community, or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Does that
I was going to say the same
resonate?
thing.
Yeah.
Boaters within our community, or whatever
Yeah.
the case, just getting that boater's name out there, if that's what you're trying to change to next year, absolutely.
Should it be the FMB Marine community?
Well, I think we're trying to introduce our whole community, our nonprofits, to the boaters and the boaters to them, so that
Okay.
when they're here, you know, spending any time, they feel like they can be part of the community and not just transient.
But if I see the press release, and I live in Cape Coral, it's telling me that this isn't for me.
Okay,
So I think we ought to leave the.
Well, you've got
I mean,
the
it
Fort
says-
Myers
it
Beach at
says,
the top.
You know, we're saying Fort Myers Beach.
okay, all right.
Right, so
all right.
I think we don't need to keep it out of the tagline.
So could it be celebrating boating and community?
Sure, or, yeah, yeah, or, yeah, that works for me. Is everybody else cool with that?
Ted?
I haven't processed it yet.
Okay.
Would you say the two?
So we've got
Two
Cruiser,
options.
Cruiser Appreciation Day, and the tagline underneath would be celebrating boating and community.
I would
I
say,
don't have an opinion.
yeah.
Okay, all right,
If
we'll,
it- if it
we'll
was-
keep working on it,
Yeah,
Abigail.
if
and
it
we'll
was
let you
mine,
know.
Chris, I would say celebrating boaters. And, well, then, yeah, no, I see your point. I've changed my mind. Yeah, I think you've got it.
So just to let you guys know, this press release will go out to the media.
Yep.
And then the media will take this and they'll disseminate their own kind of like SSO 4 lines that they'll put on their website.
Yeah.
And then if they choose to cover it on the news, it will be a completely different script. So John, you can come up with the best wording that you
So,
could possibly
yeah.
want right now and they're not gonna use
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So,
Celebrating boaters and
Celebrating the
community.
boating community. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't like boating as a modifier, because I think that gets, you know, apart from what we've been trying to establish.
How about
bringing-
boaters?
Yeah,
No, I
celebrating
meant-
boaters and
yeah.
community.
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Celebrating boaters and
That starts
community.
from your kayaks all the way up to
Yeah.
your 100-footers.
Correct.
you're right, correct.
You're a boater.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay,
And if it says it on this, that's going to be on the news.
yes,
This right
it's-
here will be on the news
It's
more
important that we
than
get it right on the
anything,
flyer,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the press release, we can, you know, that, we could put anything on that, and they're still gonna kind of run with their story, but, yeah, definitely the flyer and the logo, because we'll use that.
all right, so pencil in celebrating boaters and community, and we will keep nudging that.
And we don't want it to be in their community,
No,
okay?
Want to keep it inclusive to people that might be in a condo that said, hey, maybe we'll get a boat.
yeah,
Right.
Well, and it's
They look
also what
pretty
we
good.
talked about, what we wanted to start to promote was the nonprofit groups that were coming and having booth space at the event, and they were covering environmental areas, and Murph had a booth,
And with we had the library and the art association,
right,
so
it
it's,
was
it's,
more, it is a celebration of the mooring field, and I guess, I think cruiser is kind of a bad word personally, but that's what we were talking about adding on, was the whole idea that even if you don't have a boat, you could get information on seawalls or whatever.
Correct.
at this
Correct.
event. Yeah.
Correct. That's what, like we talked about, I think next year we need to probably think about, the name change, but right now we need to roll with
Yep.
cruisers, it's just late in the game right now, and then next year, before the planning, first of the year, is the first thing we talk about,
yep.
is changing it.
So Cruiser Appreciation Day, celebrating boaters and community is where we are right now, but we could keep nudging it as we discuss.
And then that will go on the logo, and then it will be.
She'd like to get this out this week.
Yes,
so
yeah, I
Yeah,
understand
correct.
that.
That's
No,
what
but
I was gonna
mean,
say.
As
I'm
we
willing to make a
continue to,
motion
you're,
to
okay?
incorporate that
All
sucker
right.
right now.
Go ahead.
As read, but it's up to.
You're still-
It's up to you guys. He's still waiting on it, so that's fine.
Okay, all right. How about we'll make a motion toward the end of the meeting and we'll let you know. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I didn't want her to wait, so we'll get that information to you.
That sounds good. We can workshop, Laura and I can go ahead and redo the logo boating components and the flyer boating parts. And then I think just on the press release, you just want to make sure that we're not kind of giving an imperative that boaters have to speak, so I can definitely create something more inclusive there. But other than that, do we feel like the press release is correct, the dates and the times are correct, location, that's Bayside?
Yep.
Okay. And, I know things have been done differently in the past. Obviously, we have many, many sponsors. Our two biggest sponsors, one is slightly contentious, so I was going to try and keep them off of a lot of the marketing material that goes out initially, and then maybe towards the end incorporate, some of the sponsors, and just put them very small at the bottom.
And we can also do some signage at the event, definitely. I mean, we create some signage to celebrate the people who have done the in-kind prize donations. And I would assume that, I don't know about Florida Marine, but we understand that Fly Heli wants to be on site with the table, so we will do that and give them the opportunity to speak and educate people as is appropriate.
What has the committee said that sponsorship includes? Just so I can make sure I'm following the directive as well.
I am not sure because Curtis is the one who accepted, I believe you, or who actually had the conversation with Stephen.
Do we have a general policy though for sponsors? Like, if I sponsor, I get this?
I think it's a loose
Okay, no worries.
A loose
Okay,
agreement
Just
right
to make sure
now.
I'm not.
But
not
definitely
doing
something we
that we've
should
told them.
tighten up, yeah.
Well, then if we haven't promised any marketing, logos to be in marketing material, then I wouldn't think that it needs to be in all of it.
Which one's contentious? Helicopter? Okay.
We've had a couple of journalist inquiries, just, asking about the sponsorship and what that sponsorship will get them. And so I just want to make sure, we're really clear about what it is, and it's maybe 1 or 2 emails and then a booth at the event.
Right.
What I spoke with him about was, we said if he wanted, we could have a table and promote his things, at least have his logo and stuff up at the event, so people know he's the sponsor.
And just like with the other nonprofits, is the opportunity for everyone who's there to learn from each other and get educated, to talk about concerns. So, I think it's a coming together of all of the people on the island who want to support the community and support the mooring field.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think it's also good not to list sponsors at this point, because we still may get another sponsor. So, I think we beat that to death.
And then I just want to add on the donations and stuff. We just got another check today from Ed Schoonover, so we appreciate it very much, Ed.
Thank you,
$500
Ed.
donation.
What else?
Well, I just have a question. Are we?
Yes.
So are we going to change this logo? Because I already have a media person that's contacting me that wants to run with this story, and he's like, "Oh, now you're going to change a logo."
Yes, so hang on.
All right,
Tell him to
hang
hang
on.
on, because it's not quite done.
Ed, what media are you giving the logo to?
It's a top secret, but I'll give you a hint. He's really bad at math.
Okay. Do you mind, do you mind if I send that to Nathan?
It's not Nathan,
Oh,
No, it's not.
no.
oh, okay.
Is Nathan bad at math too? What? No, he shares a namesake with me. Let's just say it that way.
Okay.
All right.
Would you like, is it protocol for you to have all of the contact with the media organizations? Is that how you would like to?
Usually,
run
I
it?
mean, it's great if you guys want to talk to them, but in terms of like promotional, like
Yeah.
logo and stuff, because I'll have like the JPEG and all of that. I'm happy to like send that in an email, and then if you want to forward that along, I don't want you to like hand this to, because we have a nicer, higher quality
Yep.
logo that you can pass along, and it does need to be edited. So.
Yep, that'd be great.
Okay, thank you. All right, do you guys have any other questions for me? I think that's.
I just have a
all I
question
have.
for Nora on permitting. What do you
Okay.
need?
Yeah, Nora. Yeah, please.
Because I know TikTok, we need to get that done.
Did you give her that package that I
Well-
gave you? Good. Go
Well,
ahead.
hello, everyone.
Start.
Again, my name is Nora Skipper. I'm the digital marketing. I work with Abigail. So, in terms of permitting, I also do special events in that capacity. One major thing for the Cruisers event to make sure it goes and everything is hunky-dory is primarily insurance. So it's both insurance and an outline of the actual map. So we'll have a picture of Bayside and where tables, tents, things might be. The fire department requests that so they have an emergency plan in case something goes wrong, that they know where everything is. So those are the two main components, and everything else can be handled primarily internally. But insurance as that capacity and a map of the event, just a rough sketch can do.
Okay, so I gave you the map the last time that we met. That was pretty much a rough sketch. I don't know that it will change dramatically, but I
Okay.
can keep, I would say that's a placeholder.
It
and-
is a
and
placeholder.
Pretty good.
I'm sorry.
No, what do you need from us for insurance then? What do we need to do?
Yeah, so basically there is certain event insurance forms that can be filled out. I can talk with you individually
Okay.
and primarily like, okay, where the liability is and all of that. But that is one of the major capacities. I don't believe this event is open container, is it?
It's, we are not selling or providing anything besides water.
Okay, that's
So
perfectly fine
If people
then.
are wandering around with things that they've purchased elsewhere, I'm not sure we can control that.
Okay.
Right.
Well-
Our event is not selling alcohol or anything like that. The only thing we will pass on is waters there. And then if they do have an open container, it's from
Right.
any of the other restaurants surrounding Bayside Park there.
Yeah, then that should be perfectly fine, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just primarily, I can work with you individually
Okay.
and organize because insurance is pretty complicated in that capacity, but there's some nitty-gritty there that can be easily gone through.
Sounds good.
And-
It's going to be similar to the Sunday night concerts where everybody buys stuff
Oh.
next door, but they bring it on the property.
Yeah, that's perfect. And generally with the map, if you have sponsor tables, things like that, that could be outlined. If you do have food, if, for example, that's used to be heated, the fire department likes to know where that is. So
Yep.
if you all are set with that, then that should be primarily good for the event on the permitting side.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, is that
Thank
all you
you.
need me for? Do you have any questions?
Just, we're using Snug Harbor for the meals, and
Okay.
last time it worked out pretty good. We reserved the tiki hut on the Snug Harbor side of Bayside, and all the
Perfect.
meals were served there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can make a note of that easily. Thank you. Do you have any more questions for me?
Anybody else?
All right, just thank you all
Thanks
for what
to
you
you
do.
both. Really appreciate it. Great stuff. I love a good plan.
All right, so with that, Nora and I are going to dismiss ourselves.
All right.
Okay.
That
right.
sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Okay, so can we take a look at the plan outline that you guys got via email from me at some point? Well, not directly from me, of course. You have that, I'll share it with you, Ted, okay? All right. I just wanted to kind of go through all of this and figure out where we are and what we need to do. Sam, is there anything we need to do differently or additionally for Snug Harbor? Are we good? We've got the $28 deal locked in. Life is good?
We got $28 locked in. I just need from you while we're on the subject. I'm going to make all new coupons, 2 colors. One color will be for us or for the cruisers. One color will be for the $28 meal. And I numbered the cruisers ones last year so we would know how many, and then they turned them in. They didn't really have to go through that because we knew. But I'm just going to show you here, on the ones for the public, do you want me to just do the same thing, only cross out complimentary and put $28 on that, so they don't have to ask?
Yep, that'd be great.
Right, okay.
I think that's great.
And I'm gonna redo all these just with the new date, new time. It's actually the same menu. And how many should I do for cruise? 120, just in case everybody shows up, or more?
120 should work. I would
Okay.
think so. I mean, how many people are we going to have in the mooring field now? I mean, we said we would allow up to 4 boaters per vessel. So you think, well, should we do 200 just to be safe? Or is that really pushing it?
I think so. I have roughly between 55 and 60 boats in the balls right now. More being on the weekends, of course. I think an average, the people on a boat are 2, but there are people that have more people on their boat, and they might have friends in town or whatever at the time. So I think 4 would be all right. I don't know if you want to drop it down to 3, or
I think we can say up to 4. That
okay, that works.
should be fine.
Yeah, no more than
you
4.
had a
Like cap it
question?
at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I maybe got a little confused. Are you talking about sending the menus out to the
No,
many people?
when they register, we're gonna give them that coupon for their free meal.
Right.
And also, when they register for the drawing, we'll give them a coupon for the free meal. So I'm thinking 150 of each.
So he's just talking about how many of the certificates should he print?
How
and
many should I
number.
print so that everybody doesn't have to ask us
I
what's
see.
on the menu? It'll just be that one little slip,
Sure.
just one of
And
those.
then up at the table, like they did last year, they'll have all the choices there.
Yeah, and we'll just give these to the public.
Yeah.
And then the ones that register, we'll give the numbered free ones,
Yeah.
complimentary ones. But I'll do 150 of each of them.
Yeah. And so, I mean, if we run out of the public ones, we can always go back and get
Doesn't
them
matter.
from Snug and
Yeah.
reuse them.
Or just tell people.
Nora, you had a question?
No, we just stole this from you.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thanks very much. Oh, yeah. Okay, Sam, anything else on meal?
No, I think that's it. I think that's it on the meals. And while you're on me, I will go ahead and post. I'm going to get about a dozen of these laminated. We're going to post them up on the tables and put them all around so everybody, just helps the servers. They don't have to go through it all the time. And then I'll have the 2 signs for when we register. I'll laminate these.
So
And we'll have-
Sam, I brought a stack of laminated stuff that I kept that we made
Oh, good.
from last year.
All
So
right.
I want you to go through that stack and
Excellent.
see if you can pick out anything that we can reuse this year, and it might help you not make as many copies. So
That will help.
There you go, oh, sorry.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Okay. You good, Sam?
Yep, thank you.
Okay. So Invite Island and related nonprofit organizations. I really don't know if Jennifer had reached out to any of the nonprofit organizations yet or not. We're still trying to get that information. Curtis, do you have?
I do
an
not
update?
have any updated information on that right now. Lizette was at lunch, so I can follow up with her. But I think that we need, I'm not 100% sure if Jen reached out to anybody. I don't know what she did prior. I know that she was a huge help to us in this specific topic for the event. So I think that we just need to move forward without having any information from Jen, and we just need to try to reach out to these entities on on our own now. And I think that we need to, we're kind of cutting it close now,
Yes,
so we
we
need
are.
to turn to and
Yep.
reach out this week to these nonprofits.
The good news is, we have a list of all of them, and because we had them sign in last year for a meal, I have contact names. So I guess the question is there somebody willing to take this on, or shall I take it on?
Is it an email, something can be done through email, is it face-to-face?
I think it can be done through email.
Okay, I'll either do it or assist you, whatever you choose.
Okay,
Can I make a suggestion?
yes.
I suggest maybe we take the list and split it up between the committees and have everybody be responsible for reaching out to a number of nonprofits. Yeah, how do you feel about that, Chris? It's just a
Yeah,
suggestion.
I mean,
so-
I'm just thinking for efficiency's sake, I mean, we can do it as a BCC, we could send out one email, and then when it comes to, actually answering questions from some of them and corralling them on site, that's definitely going to be more of an all skate, but I just wonder if it would be more confusing if there were multiple people contacting people.
The only reason why I was suggesting that is just because of the time
Oh, yeah,
frame we're under.
no, I
You
know, it
is
needs to happen this week,
Would
like
it
in the
be
next.
faster for all of us to get together to do it, or would it be faster for one person to take it on? That's kind of how I was looking at it, so.
Can some of us pick some now, ahead of time, if we, thank you, if we're available, in other words, I've got one that I can handle, without problem, and maybe others have individual
Yeah.
connections, I don't know.
You got the Coast Guard auxiliary, Ted?
Yeah.
I'd like it to be a form letter.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if, I mean, John, I would be happy to create the email and send it out, but perhaps then have them contact you to
Sure.
say, yes, I'm in, I'm not in, I have questions, if you're okay with that.
Right, yeah,
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
happy to send.
because there's going to be a lot of questions.
There's going to be questions. And then definitely we'll need people on, once we are there setting up, we're going to need a couple, 3 people to help everybody get set up. But I'm happy to take that if you're happy
I'm
to
happy.
be my partner.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
And I appreciate you wanting to reach out to the Coast Guard. If I need contact information, I'll let you know.
Okay, I'll warn them.
Oh, you'll warn them. That sounds good. I like that. One of the questions that we had about nonprofits that we were going to discuss with Jennifer was whether we either charge them a fee to participate or we give them a meal. And I want to see where people are leaning on this. I think I know where you're leaning, Ed, and I
Well, it's a little bit mixed up.
Yes.
I think that I don't think we should charge them to take place and take part in the event, but I question whether they deserve a free meal for showing up.
Yeah.
And I think we gave them 2 per table
Yeah.
last time. So the original idea of charging them at that time was $25, was to just cover the.
Meal.
So they covered their own meal, so.
Yeah.
I don't want to dissuade them from attending.
Yeah, I completely agree. Charging them is, I'm very much against that, especially at this point in time.
Yes.
Because it's going to slow down the process. They're going to have to go get approval and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. But I would not charge, period, for that. The meal, I thought it was a good thing to do it, but if it's a budget thing, then, and it really doesn't seem to be a budget thing because we are quite funded.
We are.
So
So, if we say that our event is to celebrate boaters and community, these people are representing the community, perhaps we provide 1 free meal per table? Or
I think you have to provide 2 meals per table. Some of them didn't take them last year. And now that we're fully funded, just for them showing up and they're paying for parking and they're hauling all their tent around and everything, maybe we should do the 2 meals. But it's pretty pricey. But I don't think we're going to have as many, are we going to have as many displays this year?
I don't know. We'll have to find
We'll have
out.
to reach
So,
and see.
I guess we need to let them know before we approach them,
Right.
though.
Yeah, I propose that we duplicate what we did last year.
and as we move forward next year, then we revisit.
I'll second that.
All in favor of providing the two, I don't know if we need to make a motion, but do you want?
So add, not charging them, and each table gets, or each attendee gets 2 meals.
Each community organization, each
Right.
table?
Each table yeah, each entity that participates.
What do you think, Ed?
Basically duplicating what we did last year.
No, that's fine with me. I'm just looking out for our money
Yep.
because I know that we have the funds to cover it, right? But there's always next year.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's how I budget stuff, but I don't think that we're already have a VIP list where we're giving people free meals. It's $28.
Yep.
Okay, so Sam, you made a good point that they're paying for parking, or one of you people did.
It's
So I'm
50
not against
it's
it this year
$56.
Because
It's-
I'm not against it.
It's
So-
$56,
Yes.
so it's, we get 20 displayers at 56, that's over $1,000.
But we did that we did it that way last year, and Curtis, you can chime in. I think budget-wise, we did well, and we carried over money anyway. I agree with the thought about considering carrying it on, but the way we did it last year still put us in a good position this year.
And the other point is that we have a minimum amount of meals that we have to purchase.
Correct.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so that plays into my thinking as well. But I would hope that we look at it next year to maybe change that.
Yep.
I will just give you all a little update. Now with Ed's donation today, the pot's going to be pushing that $6,000 range. So we got a hefty amount. Now that's not including what we have to pay for, the $2,000 that we have to pay for Snug Harbor, but we can also take the permits and everything out of that. So we've built ourselves a pot to cover these purchases now, but also we are also building a pot for future events and just have a little bit of a nest egg saved away for other things that y'all would like to do as a committee down the road.
Correct. So thank you very much. I mean, I really appreciate your fiduciary responsibilities and making sure that we're doing the best thing with our money, especially since you have been a very generous contributor. So it sounds like the consensus is that we will provide 2 meal tickets per entity this year, and then we will revisit that next year. Does that sound good? Okay.
Are we going to get into logistics of later about how we deal with the nonprofits?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I'm just trying to go through
Sure,
this so that we
absolutely.
don't jump around. So inviting VIPs, so the mooring field boaters, that's up to Curtis and Abigail. Marine ops staff members, guests, I'm leaving that up to you. Y'all should, I'm guessing y'all are going to be there, so let me know if you're bringing a guest. I'll invite the town council members, and then I think our BTR host also knows that he's on the list. Funding, so as Curtis said, with an additional $500 from Ed Schoonover, we're now at $6,527.36 in our pot. So we're doing well. I am going to skip to in-kind sponsors. So that is on page 3, just to see how we're doing. John, you want to give an update on yours?
Yes, ma'am. So I do have gift card from the Owner. I do have a gift certificate from the Lighthouse. I do have the complimentary entrees and a hat from Nervous Nelly. I have a commitment from folk for a swag bag, and I'll pick that up this week.
Okay.
I already have in possession, the Community Foundation also contributed a swag bag, so that's under control. And that's as much as I think I can do. I gave sponsored letters to everybody at Santini Plaza, got a lot of positive feedback, but nobody stepped up.
Okay.
Yet. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of follow-up there, but I wouldn't count on having anything more out of there. I was in an event with London Bay, and I gave them one of our letters in hopes of maybe getting some additional sponsorship.
Okay.
But again, I haven't heard back from them yet.
Okay, s-
And to go back to a point we made last meeting, which I think I misunderstood, I'll volunteer and hold all the
yes.
items.
The stuff.
all this stuff.
Okay.
And take that burden off of Curtis. I'll meet him tomorrow and pick up what he has, and I'll be the resource for keeping that together.
Thank you very much. Okay, so Islanders gift card, Lighthouse is a certificate, Nervous Nellies was a hat and something,
Nervous Nellies was
entree?
not and a certificate for 2 free entrees. Actually, two. They were in separate tickets.
Okay.
So
All right.
they don't have to be used at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Basically duplicating what they did last year.
Okay, great. Margaritaville, I had 2 sets of fins up passes, which are already in. FMB Women's Club, Ed?
I have a verbal commitment from them. Don't have anything in hand yet, but it's going to happen. I also, the Mound House is giving us something. I just got an email today. Pancake House I haven't been to yet, and I think John took care of one of them, one of mine for me with the Community Foundation.
Okay,
So that's taken care of. And then today I just got, I'm not quite sure yet, we're still working it out, but we're gonna have something from Bay Oaks.
okay.
Yeah, it's basically because Kathy just said here. So-
Yeah, no, I
So it worked
appreciate
out
that.
well.
Thank you. I talked to her yesterday and she told me
Oh,
that you
okay,
had it
good.
handled, so thank you.
Good.
Okay, Sam, you want to run down yours?
I have Snug Harbor $50 certificate. I have that in hand, and I will let Curtis know my list of stuff, but I will hold on to all the certificates so he doesn't have to keep track, and I'll bring him the day of the event. Matanzas 2-night stay, that will be coming in the next couple days. I've talked to her. PD's Upper Deck and Matanzas, I will be getting from them. I've already talked to them. I've already talked to Wahoo Willie's SOB. Everybody's just getting a certificate together with me. As soon as I get those in the next couple of days, I will let Curtis know, and he can put it on his list as final.
All righty. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so no, we already talked about that one. Whale and Sandy Bottoms. Dawn was going to drop something off here. Island Carts, Heidi's going to drop something off. Diamond Head, we already got a certificate for that. Pink Shell, we got the passes. Key West Express, we got 2 round-trip vouchers that Curtis got. Estero Bay Buddies, I can check with them when I send them information about participating. And Santini we talked about. Ted, you had a couple? How are you doing?
Well, there's a gift certificate, and I've got a few items coming from Snook Night.
Okay, so that was from the storage area
Yeah.
at Santini. Thank you
Right.
so much. I think we're doing really well on our prize drawings, so that's excellent news. Thanks, everybody, for pitching in.
I feel like we're way ahead of schedule on all that. I feel like we were. I feel like we were doing this at the last week up until so.
We're ahead of
it's
schedule on the
awesome.
prize drawings.
Yeah,
not
just a
some of the-
question, so, when I pick up these gift bags or whatever I'm getting here, should I just bring them to Curtis? Is that all right? And then, John, you get them from Curtis?
Would it be easier if you got them to me, or you said you have them and I come get them from you? I'm trying to keep Curtis out of that loop because he doesn't need that burden.
I'm just trying to keep the separation
I know.
between us, so.
Is that amenable? Can we do that, Curtis?
Listen, y'all can bring them to me, and then I will reach out to John to
Okay.
tell him that he has a pickup for
Okay.
the items.
And so
okay?
you can just, I mean, if they're here, if you just leave them here at Town Hall, that's probably easier for him to pick up than at the office?
Yeah, if this is easier, yeah, just tell them it's
Super
for
closer for
the
you. Yeah,
AAC committee, and you can just leave attention, my name on it, and then they'll let me know, and I'll come down here and pick it up.
But again, I just want to say I'm perfectly willing and have no problem coming and get them if someone doesn't have time to pass them off.
If I can help in any way, I'm happy to. I just don't want to complicate the process needlessly.
I'm just going to hold on to mine until the day of the event and let him know the list. Is that easier for Curtis?
Let Curtis know the list so
If
that
I
he
just
can make
hold
sure
on.
that John puts it on the flyers. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so best
good.
case might be if people are willing to drop them here under Curtis's attention, then he can let John know it's here to pick up.
Correct.
work?
And John, would it be easier if I just left him here and you pick him up from town hall?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, because that,
Much closer.
yeah, and then
Let's
whatever
do that.
time works best for
Well,
you.
tomorrow, let's still plan on what we're doing, and
Yeah,
then,
just let me know, and that certainly would be easier because you never know where you got to be when.
correct, okay.
Sounds like we need a prize closet.
Yeah. And welcome to all of this, you know, you kind of just jumped into the middle of it. I remember that we had another committee member last year who was in the same situation. Okay, supplies, Curtis, you want to take us through what we have and what you think we need?
Yes. All right, so this is everything that I have gathered, that I've held on to for last year. So I'm still in the process of working out the name tag situation
Okay.
for us. But if worst comes to worst, we have extra name tags. We have Velcro tape in there. I have 2 stamps with the, I guess they're the anchor stamps with the anchor on it that we use. And I think we use that for what? For the, if they got a raffle or not, or would they
Yes.
checked in?
I think we used it when we gave somebody a ticket for the raffle, for the prize drawing, not
Correct.
the raffle.
Okay, okay.
So that we knew that they already had one ticket and didn't ask for another one.
I have duct tape,
Do we have a?
and I have a roll of tickets in here, but let me see if you think it's big enough for us or not. Let me just get these out of here.
The Velcro, how much of that do we have, or do you think we need more? Because we also need to think about creating those signs that, okay, you think that's enough for all of the tables? If we put signs on them, remember we did, did
Well, if you're
Jennifer create
using-
those
If you're only
signs?
using a little strip, we should
Okay.
be, I think we should be
Okay.
fine, you know?
Did Jennifer create those table signs last year on her own, or who did the signs? Where did we get those from? Anybody remember?
No table signs were in that stack of laminates that I
Oh, are
sent
they?
you. I don't know, I'm
Okay.
asking.
No, I think each organization brought their own.
I think they were consistent. I'll have to look at photos.
Yeah,
Okay,
that is a big task
okay, all right, well,
that we need to get on top of.
yep.
So this is the roll of tickets. So I don't know if you think we need another roll. It's pretty,
That's pretty thick.
I think we're good on tickets. Think there's 400 there?
yeah, I think there's 400 here,
Okay.
about that.
Save some of that good.
And then I have these from last year too. So these are the Cruiser Appreciation Day, but it also, the problem is
At the date.
it has our date, so
Okay.
these aren't gonna be
Gotta throw 'em away.
usable anymore.
Okay,
I'll just make sure I do a different color for the comp.
And I think that's about all I have.
How many keychains do we have? How many keychains do we have left over?
We have a good amount of keychains left. I would say more than 200 keychains. Do we need more than that? Do I need to order more?
I don't think so. Do you? They didn't have a date on them, did they?
No.
Are we, what is the distribution of the keychains? Those in the past have gone only to the boaters, the cruisers. Is that still true?
Yeah, that's what I would like to do. I mean, this is y'all's event. You remember this.
Last year,
Y'all are
the
putting
queue
this on,
got
so
off in
it's
different
y'all's
directions.
choice of what you want the boaters to
Yeah.
have. So But I believe we gave a keychain to each boater
I think we
that,
gave
that
one.
came last
We
year.
gave one to each boater, and there were a couple that came up and asked for them that I think we gave to.
So Curtis, you can find us a few clipboards, and you'll take care of the ultimate boater list for check-in?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. We'll provide that. Yeah, I'll provide the clipboards just like I did last
then-
year.
With tables and chairs, you're gonna,
So this is so I know there was some confusion. So I believe we got the tables from the library last year, and we got the chairs from the church.
Okay.
So I will
want-
reach out to the church and make
And
sure.
I
that
can
we-
reach out to the library
Okay,
and ask for the tables.
okay.
and then maybe we can discuss this at a later date, but then I met you pre-event and we kind of set all that stuff up.
Correct.
Okay, are we gonna work on that later, Chris?
Yes.
When we get into the
Yeah, I
nitty-gritty?
think we'll get into the nitty-gritty at our next meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be
Well,
there
in case I
a couple
don't-
hours
in
before
case
and
Yes.
I'm
set.
not able to get
Yes,
on the next
I'll
meeting,
make sure
I will
that-
do
yes,
that and bring a
yes.
cooler.
Okay, yes.
So can we go back to keychains?
Yeah.
Much in favor of getting more and not be concerned about who to go to. Certainly people in the community that's not a cruiser that comes up, it's a wonderful thing to give to them. Obviously, it's pending to time and budget constraints, but I don't want to be, my suggestion is not there trying to figure out who to give them to.
Well, we just leave them with where the boaters check in, and that's where they get them. You want to give them to everybody
I want to give them.
in the whole property?
No, I want to give them, like you said, and then I want to feel free to give them to anyone else that we're talking to or comes up and, I don't, it is an advertisement for the mooring field. I want anyone that wants one to get one. So I would suggest buying another 250 of them and not be concerned about who gets and who doesn't get.
Do you remember how many we started out with, Curtis?
Was it 250 and we pay up to
You gave me the order, and I'm having a hard time forgetting. I mean, I can look everything up in the office and
Yeah.
tell you exactly.
Well, it
I
just
just don't
seems
have it
that,
up
you
to.
know, I
I
think-
want to say it was around 250.
Yeah, they only gave 50 of them out last
Right.
year.
Yeah,
We,
so
but
think
I mean,
200
we
is
still
more than
have a
enough.
good little box full of them. So
Right.
No, that's a good point. If,
Yeah.
if we can cover what we did last year,
I think if we purchase the smallest amount we can, like
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean. Not
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
think we went one up from what they offered. So I think if we do that, we should be okay. But I can, I'll pull that information from the PO and everything we did last year.
so maybe, obviously, the ones that gets handed out when you check in, the rest of them, we should be free to pass them out as people want.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what we did last year.
Yeah.
I know I ended up with 2 in my pocket somehow,
Yeah.
and I'm not even a boater or
Yeah.
a cruiser, but
Same.
I gave them to my neighbors.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can use them in your pool.
Correct.
That's right.
Dog life preserver.
That's right. But I think that gives us an opportunity to think for next year when we expand sort of the scope of this and change the name. Maybe we, as a committee, we have a giveaway for all of the people who are there rather than just thinking about, something for the boaters.
Yeah.
I mean, I would offer that this year, but I think we're going to be
Good?
shy of. We won't have enough, is what I'm saying, unless we order the amount.
But if you think we have 200, we have enough for.
For
the
this
purpose
event,
for
we
this
have
year.
enough for this
Yes,
event this
yes,
year.
right.
Absolutely, yes,
Exactly,
correct.
yes. Exactly. Okay.
And Ed and I we've got 80 bottles of water and ice. So we'll bring a cooler with 80 bottles of water and ice. So that should at least be able to give everybody a water.
And then I'll have my coolers like I brought last year, extra coolers for us if we need them.
Okay, so talk about official name tags for AAC and perhaps the opportunity to purchase shirts with some sort of a town logo on it so we could have a consistent
So
look.
right now, the shirts are
A no-go?
a no-go.
Okay.
But I can get you name tags. So
Okay.
that's, I spoke with Shelby on that, and we are looking into options
Okay,
for us right now to be able to provide that for y'all. I know you want something a little bit nicer and
Yeah.
something with the town logo on it and
Yep.
stuff like that. So we are putting together something right now to provide for y'all.
Okay. John, did you want to bring up business cards again?
I would like to some form, even if I have to print them myself, as long as they're consistent, but I would like the members of the committee to have business cards that they can use. I know when I went around doing solicitation for gifts and contributions, if I had a card to hand out, I would probably gotten a more official and a more important or a more reasonable feedback on, is this guy just somebody out here giving stuff out, or is he part of the AAC? Even though I say I'm part of the AAC, I have nothing to show him that I'm part of the AAC. I just think, and the other thing is when people have questions or that I had a lot of questions when people walked up to me at the last event, and it'd be nice to give them something that shows them how to contact me as a follow-up. So I would like to see that happen. I'm certainly fine with just getting the graphics and print my own, but it comes down to, again, budget. I know they're not cheap, but, or possibly it's something the town ought to consider for us as a committee. Not make it a part of this budget.
And I will just throw out as a teaser that there is some activity underway to create a little bit more consistency with the operation of committees, so more will be shared at a later date, but that is one thing that, we can definitely put into the mix is how should committees represent themselves in the public? What kind of recognition, what kind of materials do they need so that they are deemed as official and, part of committee?
Absolutely. I mean, I know this kind of weighs into the Cruisers Appreciation Day and finding sponsorships and stuff, but I think this is more of an item for our normal meetings that we have to.
It may not be practical to handle it
Correct.
now and then, and I can certainly print my own contact cards that I
Right,
have with me.
right, absolutely.
For this, but yeah, it's more of a long-term thing that.
Yep.
And John, in the meantime, if you do want to give them something, I can provide you with some of my cards, so at least you have a contact to the mooring
Mark out your
field.
name and write my name in them. No, I think that's a great idea, too.
Complaints, call
So at least they
Curtis.
have I know it's not for the committee, but at least they can contact me and then
Right.
I can share them your information to talk to you
Excellent.
personally,
Yeah, excellent, it's, because a lot of times there's questions that I would probably direct to you anyway.
Okay, absolutely.
In that same vein, I might suggest, and I don't know if this is appropriate either, but can there be some sort of a thank you card that's printed with the town logo so that after this event is over, any of us who have gone to a merchant, an organization, and asked for their participation or their contribution, we can send a personal thank you to them that has some sort of official logo on it. I mean, I don't want us to look like we're representing the town, but I also would like it to, have some sort of connection to what we're doing here.
Well, you're jumping ahead to something I was going to propose, is
Okay.
that we have, again, a thank you letter, official form letter that we
Okay.
send to anybody that supports us.
Okay.
And whatever graphics is appropriate, we should put it on it. But I really would like to see them get something that says, we truly appreciate, thank you, and hopefully,
And that would probably be easier because it can be a digital something and then we can add
Exactly.
our own little,
right.
yeah.
That's a great idea. We did that in the past, and Kathy Light, I think she hand wrote cards to everybody, but rather than something digital, it is nice if we could have something, some hard copy of something, even if it's just in the mail or we hand it to them.
Yeah. So something to think about at our next couple of meetings, because we have to do the event first, but we're still thanking people now. We appreciate everybody who's stepped up so far.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm thinking if you have these restaurants and things participating, where you made a certificate that said thank you for it and appreciate
Oh.
your contribution, that way,
Oh.
because they would hang that stuff on the wall maybe.
Okay.
And it shows more of a community engagement type of deal,
Yeah.
so.
We can make those digital and just hand sign them and
Yeah,
then present them. Not necessarily at the event, but as a follow-up to the event.
Yeah, just the follow-up to give to them, just, hey,
Right.
we appreciate,
yeah.
we don't have to frame it, we don't have to do anything, just give it to the owner, and he may wanna, you make it a frameable looking
Yeah.
thing. You know, even if it had the logo for this year on it, that kind of thing, so now that they can build a wall, and now that's a challenge for them to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, we're gonna give more, and we're gonna build a wall for
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I like that.
Awesome.
yeah. And wouldn't be a big deal to get together and sign them and then pass them forward.
Yep. Okay, I think we have been through everything on the list, except for the nitty-gritty, the assignments, day of, which I think we can handle coming up. Oh, we don't have everything on the list. John, what? Dear?
So under supplies and assignments,
Yes.
we have Jennifer, and everything looks like we've already had,
We've got the jars.
we got the jars.
For the
I
drawing, the
don't know
A-frame
about the
sign.
A-frame
Yeah,
sign. Do we
okay.
have that? Do we have this? Well, it has to be changed, right?
Yeah.
The sign has to be changed.
I'm not sure, where did she get the A-frame? Who did she borrow that from last year? Okay,
I'm not sure.
okay. We'll figure that
Yeah,
out.
I'm not sure.
Maybe
A-frame.
something when you go to the library, you can ask them if they've
They
got
have
one
one?
we can borrow.
Sure.
You're talking about like an A-frame, like easel, like to hold like a painting or something like that?
No, like the A-frames, remember, we had fixed things on it that said, hey, here's what's happening, and I think you could, I'm thinking it was like, was it dry erase? That we actually wrote stuff on it, or did we put stuff on it? It
what
was
I
more
remember-
wayfaring for, hey, you go here for this, and hey, you go here for that,
Well,
and what's happening?
Yeah, I'm talking about the one that would show all the list of sponsors.
Right,
Or people that are contributing to nonprofits. And then maybe a second one, like you're talking about, that you can do announcements on.
okay.
But the one we had last year, I believe, if everyone remembers, it was a easel and a significant size sign that showed everybody that had supported it.
So the sign sat on the easel. That's
Sat
what
on
I'm
the-
trying to figure out, because I
Yeah.
think for the event, for the 30th anniversary, I believe the town might have some easels
Okay.
that I can use. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I was like, well, I can at least provide that if y'all are gonna provide the sign, you
right.
know?
And then actually, I don't know when we're meeting, but I could bring a mock-up at next meeting and we can all look at it, and then having it created is, it can happen pretty quickly.
Yep. What else on your list, John?
Just again, following list of nonprofits, speakers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you and I can do that.
Short intro, hand stamps.
We got the hand stamps.
I have
got
the hand
those?
stamps.
Yep.
Okay, nonprofit signs. So
That's-
she's talking about each, and that's now I'm understanding what. the
Each
Bell
table
Coach-
had
each-
some sort of
Yeah,
sign affixed
correct.
to it.
Correct.
And it was consistent, and I want to think that maybe she got it from the Community Foundation or something. I remember that she got the signs from somewhere. We'll have to figure
We
that out.
I mean, we just should take those questions back to her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she'll be happy to share what she did last year, so. I'll talk to her about anything associated with nonprofits.
Okay. What else, Sam?
Just a reminder, our regular upcoming meeting is March 23rd at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
So, just to make sure we're all on the same page here, are we gonna have them, so Chris, are you gonna follow up with the nonprofits?
I
or-
am. I'm
okay.
going to take the information that we have
Okay.
provided, our sponsor letter, our, press release, create an email to send out to all of the nonprofits using the contact information that I have and invite them to participate. And I'm going to ask them to contact John for particulars so he can keep track of who has said yay and nay.
Perfect, okay.
So I do have a question. Is it okay or within proper protocol for me to just talk to Jennifer one-on-one now that she isn't on the committee?
John, I've already thought about that. I'm gonna ask that question as soon as we're done with this meeting. Because now that she's off the meeting, I wanna know what the rules are, because, she's off the meeting now, so, I don't think she's involved in the rules and regulations anymore, so I think y'all could reach out to her directly
Yeah,
now.
otherwise
And
it
it
all has to
shouldn't
be
be
done by
prohibited.
email, and
Correct.
be much easier for me to.
But she's
call
not a
up and talk.
committee member anymore, so I just need to confirm that you can go about it
Right.
that way.
So
All
I'll
right?
wait your guidance on
Yes, yes, please do.
All right, so I am going to revise and update this outline, get it to Curtis to send to everybody. We'll wait to hear what you advise John, which will influence what I send out to nonprofits. So Curtis, you're our conduit of all good information, once again.
Sounds good. I think we're
Anything
doing well.
else that we should discuss today?
You gotta get that tagline squared away.
Yes, and so
That's
did we
yep.
decide that it was going to be celebrating boaters and community?
I would make a motion to do that.
I make a motion to accept it as written.
Okay, all right, all in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Okay. There it is, celebrating boaters and community.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Thank you for the reminder.
And Chris, I just need to remember, you help me remember what you need from me to do your letter.
Yep. I think I need to know if you're going to reach out to Jennifer and see if,
Talk to
what she
her
can
first.
provide us with, and then I can facilitate the sending of that.
Okay.
Unless, I mean,
So that-
if she
that's-
provides us the whole shebang, then I would just let you do it if you're willing.
Sure. So the protocol, I think, in this case is, I'm going to hear from Curtis on how
Yes.
to talk to Jennifer.
Right.
And the information I get from her, we share in the committee via email.
Share with the committee? Yes, yes, I think that would be good, and then through Curtis,
you would
and I
do-
can decide.
Once you get all that information from Jennifer and you put together your email, send it to me.
Right.
And then request that all of the committee, yes,
Sees it.
Okay,
sees it, and I will push it out to everybody else.
Okay.
right, okay. I think that makes more sense.
All right. Anything else before we adjourn? Would somebody like to adjourn us?
So moved, Lowell.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned at 2:20. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.